what is the first thing you should do when graphing inequalities? Graph as if it were equals. So graph the inequality as if it were an equal sign. The inequality tells whether the line graph will be dotted or solid. How do you tell? Greater than, equal to, less than, equal to are both a solid graph. Greater than and less than are dotted. Once the line is graphed, what do you choose? A test point. 2 points that are easily used are 0, 0 and 0, 1. Any points would work, but those are the two I usually choose. I already answered this question. If the test point works, start at the line and shade towards the point. And if the test point fails, start the line and shade away from the point. And we're live again. So how do you graph y is greater than 2/3 x minus 1? Start off by looking at y equals 2/3 x minus 1. That comes down to -1. And then you're going to go up 2 over 3. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There's your other point. Now, is that going to be a solid line or a dotted line? Well, it's supposed to hit those dang gum points. Remember, in the event that your line does not hit the points directly, just make your dots bigger. That'll fix it. Okay? All right. Supposed to have an arrow on that end too. Now, at this point, I need to clarify a couple things. Number one, there was a discussion I was having back there with the ladies back there, and I think I didn't do a very good job. And by I say I think I didn't do a very good job. When we talk about 0, 0, there are some times I say does 0, 0 work? When I say does 0, 0 work, that's actually kind of a two-part question. The first part is, can we actually use 0, 0? Because remember back here I told you that the 2 points that you could use are 0, 0 and 0, 1. And so it may come up as to in your head of, why the hell do we have 2 of them? Why can't we just have 1 of them? Okay? And if you've thought that, let me explain to you why you cannot always use 0, 0. See, in order for this whole process to work, 0, 0 has to be off of the graph. It cannot be on the graph. If 0, 0 if the graph happens to cross through 0, 0, post-concussion syndrome is causing that. They're usually much better. If 0, 0, I'm blaming everything on that from now on. Just for the rest of my life, it's just a car accident. 0, 0, if the line goes through 0, 0, well then you can no longer choose 0, 0. So this isn't about does it work, does it not work. It cannot even be used. So that's why you'd have to have a second point. Now, you can use 0, 1, and that's a fine point. You might be able to get by with using like 5, 5, 10, 10. If you're really struggling, just do your birthday. Like if you were born on March 29th, 329, like, whatever you were born on, 329/88, I don't know. Then use 329 as far as I'm concerned. That's a good point to use. If that doesn't work, hell, try 29/88. It's going to be a beast to try to graph it, but you know what? That's fine. I don't care. All right. I use 0, 0, 0, 1 because it makes them easy to plug in. Okay. So now over here, does 0, 0 work? Is 0 greater than 2/3 0 minus 1? So is 0 greater than -1? Is 0 bigger than negative 1? The answer is yes. Again, I have no money, but at least I don't owe anybody anything right now. Okay? What would really suck is if you don't have any and you owe somebody, and that's even worse. 0 is bigger than negative 1, so we're going to go towards 0, 0. So starting at the line, we're going to go this way. Okay? We're running out of time, so let me go straight to the big finish. Here we go. 4x plus 6y is equal to 12. Now, the way you graph this, some of you will have solved for y and did y-intercept, and that's fine. I'm going to find the x and y intercepts because it's pretty easy to do it that way. If I plug in x is 0, y is 2. If I plug in y is 0, x is 3. Plug in x is 0. 6 times 2 is 12. Plug in y is 0. 4 times 3 is 12. So that's the way I'm going to graph it. You could do the x and y intercepts. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. You should get to ultimately a graph that looks something like this. Is this going to be dotted or solid? Bam. Bam. Perfect. All right, now, what are we going to plug in? 0, 0. Is 0 plus 0 less than or equal to 12? Is 0 less than 12? Yes, it is. So this works. I'm going this way. Okay. Zeus, what's up? Okay. Well, good thing we're going to do them. Y greater than 3, solid or dotted? Solid or dotted? It is dotted. So here we go. Looks like a caterpillar almost. Okay. Now, let's plug in 0, 0. Is 0 greater than 3? So this point, does it work? No. So don't come from that line and go down. Go from that line and go up. Lastly, is x less than or equal to negative 2? Solid or dotted? Does 0 work? 0 less than or equal to negative 2? Nope. Go this way. Right. With that being said, we are out of time. We'll try to bear next time when you take test 1. Until then, take care of yourself and each other.